Hey there, it's Paul Mark with the Transcend video blog. Just a quick introduction to this edition of our podcast. I had the pleasure of interviewing Federico Bolanos and his employee Alejandro, who won the World Barista Championship. And so I'd wanted to film or interview them when I was actually in Bogota about a month ago, but that just didn't work out. So we did a Skype interview here last week, and yeah, that's essentially what you're going to get to see is my interview with them both as we chat a little bit about the win and what it means to them and the process leading up to that event. So enjoy. All right, well, welcome to the Transcend video blog, and I'm excited to have you both as guests. And so talk to me a little bit about what it's been like. It's been, what, a week and a half now, Alejandro, since you became the World Barista Champion. How is that, what's it been like for you?
Well, it's really strange because we don't wait this. So this is new for Federico and for me, and it's kind of surprise. But we feel very happy, and now we are preparing the things to the future, what kind of things we have to do, or the things I have to do by myself, but always together with Viva Espresso.
Cool. What's the first thing you have to do now that what's the first thing that you need to do now as the World Barista Champion? What's your first job?
Well, first I guess is still making coffee. I really love it.
Yeah.
And my place is just beside the machine, the espresso machine, and I'm going to make coffee now and all around all this year. And I don't know, it's a hard question actually, but I guess I have to be a good ambassador of the coffee around the world. And also, I'm from a producer country. That is a really important thing, just beside the championship. And I think I have to get the origin to the new baristas around the world.
Right. Talk to me a little bit about what it means. This is obviously an exciting development in terms of the World Barista Championship. It's the first time someone's won from a producing country. What does that mean? What does it mean to El Salvador? What does it mean to the other countries in Central America, South America? Maybe even what does it mean to producing countries? What do you think it means?
But I think the people it's really proud about this because we broke a barrera.
A barrier, like a
barrier, because all the producer country always was in a lower places, and then now the producer countries are improving in the barista world, and I think it's inspired another barista from a producer country like Honduras, Costa Rica, Panama to make better job in a bar or in a competition to improve the knowledge that they have in the coffee world.
So, maybe quick question to you, Federico. This is your is this the fourth year that you've now been involved in barista competitions?
This is the fourth year in a row.
Fourth year in a row, right?
Started our first competition was in 2008, and then every year until now.
Right. So Viva Espresso, and for 4 years in a row, you've had Viva Espresso has put forward the barista champion from El Salvador to compete. So maybe talk a little bit about the amount of work it's taken to go from where you were 4 years ago. I think was that Lily won that year, right? Your wife?
Yes, correct.
So from there till now, it's a big deal, but obviously there's been a tremendous amount of work and effort, time, money spent to achieve this goal, right?
Definitely, to say the least, yes. Well, we started competing our first year in 2007 nationals, and ever since we started as a company, we always fell in love with the barista movement, and especially with what the WBC was trying to do, quality that was trying to achieve through barista competitions and the learning that was involved in the competitions. So we instantly got committed with doing good, just because we wanted to learn from the best out there, and we wanted to prove ourselves that we could bring that quality to back home to El Salvador. So in 2007, I went to learn to judge at the USBC. I think it was in Long Beach in 2007. And as a judge, I got an inside scoop on how things work and what is expected, the quality of that was expected. And this was like the starting point to start training our baristas for competition. Um, we haven't stopped learning since. Every day of the way, we have learned new stuff, and just by talking to so many coffee experts like yourself, every time you come to El Salvador, it's been a tremendous learning experience for us. And it's like we stalk everyone that comes to El Salvador. Beware, because everyone that comes here, we jump on them and just come to Viva Espresso. We want to talk to you. We want to share coffee with you. And what we get out of this is that we share our passion, and in return, they share with us little secrets of the barista craftsmanship.
Right.
So that's how we started. We have won every single Salvadoran barista championship since 2008, and we have won first, second, and third place at each one of them. And we're very proud of this. No one has ever given us anything for free at this, so we have worked really hard for it. We even had many people don't started like not trusting the competition because we won every time.
Right.
So we had to deal with that too, and by putting really high end presentations, so that it was really evident that we really earned what we had won. So by winning all four in a row, we also got, of course, the chance to represent the country and all the baristas of El Salvador at the world barista level. So it was a progression. The first year, Lily, my wife, she was the first barista champion of El Salvador. She broke the ice for everybody, and she did pretty good. I think for the first time, she ended up 23rd. And we learned so much by her experience at that competition. That next year we prepared Flor, which was our second barista champion,
Right.
and she got ninth place in the world at Atlanta. And then it was London, where this guy Alejandro did an amazing job. He actually qualified as eighth place for semis, and then in the semis finally ended up 11th. Oh, here's Lily, in case you want to say hi to her too.
Hey, Lily.
So she's the first barista champion of El Salvador. In case people watching the podcast, that's her. Okay, and then that was in London, which Alejandro finished 11th. And then next year, well, we really capitalized a lot on what we learned through these years. And we thought that the first few years, it was like we were trying to see how to cope with the level. But then this year, we decided to bring things a notch higher. And instead of just bringing a presentation up there, we really said, well, if we want to do this again, we want to bring something really different, something that would push things to a new direction and to really be something that we would be proud of. We were very aware that we would do some edgy stuff, but we were proud about this. I mean, even if it was a risk to do things like taking the crema out of the espressos and stuff like that, we said, well, it's not about winning. It's about doing something that you feel really proud of. And as everyone says, I mean, big risks, big rewards, and that's what I think. That's what happened at Bogota this year.
Cool. So Alejandro, how many hours, how many weeks, how many months did you train?
Well, it was really hard because we were really comprometidos,
Committed.
committed with the championship this year, and we just go to a little room and train for all the day. And when we end, it was night.
So what he's saying is, we came in like about 8 o'clock in the morning, and by the time we went out of that little training room, it was nighttime. I mean, we didn't even see the whole day.
So
For about how many months?
Yeah,
How many months?
six. I
6
guess.
months,
6
yeah.
months.
every day for 6 months?
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day for 6
And-
months.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even touch a desk for 6 months.
Wow.
I mean, it was, I disappeared from the office. It was Alejandro and me, and Alejandro didn't even touch the bar for 6 months. He was just in the training lab the whole 6 months.
Wow.
And I remember we changed almost all the day the routine to make to try to make a not perfect but a good routine for a WBC competition. And we just talking about take off the crema. Do you remember? We're thinking about it and think about the main of the signature drink. What is the perfect way that the judges have to drink the drink?
So it was crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
we tried all kinds of ideas, and I mean, at some point we were going a little crazy because we started changing stuff like by the day
Right.
and just trying new stuff. And Alejandro got a little concerned because English is not his, his strong language. But then he was so confident in himself too, and he said, "Well, if you think, coach, that this is what it's gonna work, let's go ahead. Let's try it." And that's how it all happened.
Cool. Well, it was really interesting for me to see your performance because as people involved in coffee, but not from a producing country, we're always trying to sort of introduce judges to, certain aspects of of coffee and trying to, the competition sort of move that way. And this year, you basically brought the farm to the competition. Now, obviously, that was a bit easier considering it was in Bogota and you had access to that stuff. But, that was, I think, one of the most amazing things about your competition this year was, are you still there?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, good.
It's a little.
Yeah, it's one of the most amazing things about the competition and your performance was you essentially brought the farm to the judges. And so I think that was pretty amazing.
You want to comment on that? No.
No.
Well, let me see. If you can just scoop in.
Yeah.
Or you can say in Spanish, and I can also. Well, yes, I think that was the whole point since the outstart. We had been thinking about doing something with mucilage for about 2 years before this, but we didn't have. It was a very raw idea a couple of years back, but this year everything just clicked after London, and we said, I mean, this has to change. It's not about just doing an experiment and doing your regular Dexter thing out there. We have to really bring something different to the judges, something that would connect all the pieces together. And we're Origin, and someone has to take advantage of that fact and really do something for that matter, right? So we said, well, it would be great. The idea actually happened because the mucilage, every time we visited coffee mills, we saw that the mucilage was being washed away, and nothing was being done with it. And also, every time we visited farms with Alejandro, we always squeezed the cherries and sucked on the little seeds. And the mucilage, it was always so sweet. We said, well, this is such an important part of coffee, and this is what the seed absorbs through the whole maturity of the cherry. So why don't we, let's do it this year. And then everything started coming together. We said, well, if we're going to use the mucilage, why not also use the outer skin, which is the cáscara? And now by that time we had the seed, the roasted seed, the mucilage, which is the next layer, and we also had the cáscara. So we had almost everything. And then Luis Rodriguez from Finca La Gloria, who you know very well in El Salvador, he came up with coffee flowers, dried coffee flowers, and when he mentioned them to us, we said, "Wow! I mean, that's just the final piece of the puzzle that we needed. You know, we gotta do this, please, please." And he said, "Yes, for sure. I'm gonna give you guys the flowers, and let's see how we can work them out." By that time, we had everything together, and the idea was just clear. Like, we had everything that a coffee tree produces, besides branches and leaves, which we couldn't figure that one out.
That's right, exactly. So that's that's an amazing thing, and I think it was such a cool. It's amazing that you guys finished first because that's such an interesting concept, especially considering that the event was held in Colombia. But that's been done now. So you guys have sort of set the bar higher in terms of taking risk and bringing the farm to the table in front of the judges. What's your advice to competitors for next year? Obviously, it's got to change. You can't just you guys have done that. It's been done. Something different has to happen for next year. What would you
I would like to hear Alejandro's, and then I'll give you my my opinion on that.
Okay, as a competitor, I think the next ones have to focus in the coffee, in the things that happen inside of the bean, and how they can change all the things inside of the basket or just before grind the coffee. I think it's a good idea to know about all the ¿eso digo en español? ¿Sí? Que empiecen a conocer más del proceso, que el proceso es lo que finalmente lleva al sabor del café.
They have to start learning more and more about the process. They have to be more connected with the steps that happen before you put coffee in the grinder, so that the baristas, they don't have to only know the story. They have to really get their hands dirty with the origin. Okay, that's what Alejandro said.
And don't be afraid to be risk or something, because that is the point that a competitor have to make in a competition. If you don't have risk, you are not competing.
Right.
You are not competing.
One of the things, Alejandro, that I noticed watching you compete is, well, a couple of things. Your passion for coffee is self-evident. It oozes from your body, and you were so excited and so. It just looked like you were having a blast. That you were having a lot of fun doing what you were doing, and you weren't stressed out about having to win. You were just there enjoying the moment and having a great time doing what you were doing. That's correct, right? That's how you were. You weren't thinking about winning. It was just all about, hey, I'm here and I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm really gonna miss the competition, and well, I think this passion become to Federico and Lily because they give me all the things and all the knowledge to make good coffee, and the passion is raising every day and every day. So I feel this is just a part of the passion. The award is just part of the passion that we have here in El Salvador to make good coffee, and I think it's racing now. It's starting now from a producer country from El Salvador. I know Federico is thinking about try to train more people to competition, and I will help him, and I will help all the people from El Salvador to try to connect the bar with the origin, and with the bar with the customers. That is the most important thing over here, because it's the last step. The barista beside the customer. So I don't know.
Cool.
Just going back to the question you asked just a second ago, I think, like Alejandro has obviously his point of view, I think that next WBC is going to be very interesting. That's what I think, because in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I think that all competitions up to now have been more about describing what the coffee tastes like and coming up with a creative way to like do the process of coming up with the drinks and everything. But I think that there is a lot more to do of explaining why coffee tastes the way it tastes.
Right.
And that the only way to do it is not only memorizing the coffee farm information. I mean, that I think barista will have to really connect in a more intimate way with the farm to really understand all the things. Oh, here's a good friend of ours, Andy Newbaum.
Oh, it's Andy.
This is
Hola, Paul.
yeah, say hi to everybody. All right. So I think that's where the next WBC is gonna make a difference. When people start like Alejandro said with the process, I think with the farm too. If a competitor really digs in, like really in depth, why the coffee he's taking there tastes like whatever. I mean, like mango, but not just, but really explain why. And I think that will make a difference because I haven't seen anybody do really in-depth presentation about it.
Right.
And I think origin has a lot to do with that flavor. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. Well, I don't want to keep you guys too long, and it's time is moving on. We're probably gonna have to cut and paste a little bit about this one. There was a time in there where the video got a little fuzzy too, so we may cut a little bit of that out. But I really appreciate you guys both taking time out of your day to do this interview with me. I look forward to keeping connected. If you, Alejandro, if you want to come work at the bar at Transcend, the invitation is wide open, buddy. Anytime you want,
so much.
and you can.
Thank you.
The door is open for you to come and spread some of your passion and enthusiasm for coffee to our baristas here and to the customers that we try to teach about coffee. So that's a wide open invitation. But
Thank you so much.
is there anything else that you guys wanted to say before we sign off?
well, we're gonna be in August. Alejandro and I are gonna be at the Western Regionals in BC,
Okay.
Canadian. So we look forward to seeing you there, and maybe we can work something out to fly and meet you guys at Transcend after that.
Yeah, no, let's do that for sure. Yeah, well, that's exciting to hear that you're coming up to Canada, and yeah, we'll have to make sure that we figure out a way to get you over here to visit the operation for sure.
Great, excellent.
Cool.
Great.
Well, I'll let you get back to it. I know you're busy, and I know there's lots going on. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
Amazing job, and we'll talk soon, man.
All right.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.